Well, hello you bearded bastards, and welcome back once again to the Caves of Qud, wherein we will stumble and bumble around and watch as Aecius attempts to make his way to the 6-day stilt. Tell you what, we're gonna jump straight into it. We have a long way to go and have made very little progress in 2 episodes. And yes, here we are, Aecius Rudius, now level 4. We got a couple levels at the end of last episode, and some new abilities to boot. Abilities that I do not know how to use, really. But that's okay, it'll come in time. Now, just gotta figure out what buttons did what again. There we go. We've opened the map. Once again, having a look, down here, this is Ugar, the town in which we started, and this is where we are right now. Almost directly northwest from it, and where we are trying to get is way up here in the north. The 6-day stilt. We were told to go here by that zealot of the 6-day stilt. That guy made it sound like it was a pretty good place to be headed, so I guess that's where we are going. From the main screen. That's right. Remember, we decided that that's just how we're gonna roll. That said, it could be quite a bit dangerous, like right up here, it looks like we have a horde of snapjaws. Well, let's get to it. We have a long way to go. Okay, that was pretty rough. Was an awful lot of snapjaws, but we took care of a good bit of them just then. Our health dropped down pretty low a couple times, but I think we just kind of got to get used to that. Just gonna be how it goes. We'll have to crush our way through our opponents, not thinking much about it. That is until we see new ones, like this irritable tortoise. I know we had glimpsed one earlier. Let's have a closer look at this guy though before we kill him. Irritable tortoise. Hostile. Average. The long lathe of time shaved the prospects from beneath a reptile's feet until he hid in a shell of plastron and carapace. Brooding and peevish. I think those snapjaws were trying to kill this thing before we interrupted. Well, now it's Aecius' time. There you go. Dead. Not a biggie. Probably got some crap on the ground here that we should investigate. Here, let me go through it real quick. Not too much. Got this crimson hood though. A close-fitting hood woven of crimson fabric. Perfect condition right now. Hey, alright, we don't have anything protecting our round and bald head. Might as well, right? Here we are. Excellent. Well, let's continue on. Yep, just had a little run in there with some more snapjaws, got scared, ran away briefly. Making our way back now though, we see another irritable tortoise. I get a feeling that these things are a bit tougher than we make them out to be. I'd hate to be surprised killed by one, but it might be a good chance to use our new abilities that we got. Like our menacing stare. Let's give it a try. The irritable tortoise is overwhelmed with terror. Excellent. I don't know what that means. How about we berate the guy too? Get the here, you stupid head idiot, dumb, cold-blooded piece of wiener. You shamed the irritable tortoise with your words. That's weird. Okay. Don't go too far, idiot. What are these guys just really good at absorbing damage, I guess? It's a tortoise, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, right? Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, I killed him. Hey, cool. Got a new level, too. Level 5. Hey, we're not doing too bad there, Aecius, are we? No, I'd say we're doing quite well, actually. Well, making our way forward. And as always, there are more foes. We have a wild boar over here moving in. No biggie. Up here, though, looks like we have a little camp or something. We have some campfire remains on the ground as well as some trash. And up here we have a chest. Gotta be worth a look, right? We will open the chest. Got a short bow, some arrows, some witchwood bark. What does this bark do again? I know we have some. Lichen sticks in the winding grooves of woodshed, shimmering and smelling of spice. Heals and confuses when eaten. Okay. It's some sort of a healing item. We do also have a bow and some arrows in here as well. I do like our gun, but if we do run out of bullets, it might be handy to have around. This short bow here. The hind bone of a salt hopper was scorched clean and bent to a recurve bow. Sinew is strung on the nocks. Accuracy low. It's in the same class as our rifle, though. Yeah, this could be pretty handy, I think. We'll grab it. These arrows, too. Might as well have a look, right? A narrow shaft fletched with bird feather is capped by a wooden head. Oh, it's a wooden arrow specifically. Well, better than nothing, I suppose. We'll take it. Well, as we had said earlier, I suppose it would behoove us to kill as many creatures as we can. Gotta get that combat experience. We have a long way to go, and I'm sure it's gonna get a lot more dangerous. Hey, what the hell? What happened? Stuck in a pool of asphalt. Get out of here. We are tarred right now. We've broken free. That seemed easy enough. Huh. Yeah, it looks like there's just asphalt on the ground. We have to be careful of that. I'm sure that could affect us if we were, like, in combat or something. Maybe get, like, all stuck up with tar. But, I don't know. It's whatever. Moving on. And once again with the snap jaws. Well, straight to it. Ow. Alright, we were doing pretty good. It looks like we were hit by a young ivory. I don't know what that means. We took 8 damage from a young ivory's impalement, and we've begun bleeding. I don't like that at all. Oh, okay, taking a step back, it looks like there was something on the ground here. A bloody young ivory. Packed into rents in the shale are spinescent shoots of blooming ivory. Well, just some sort of a trap plant or something. Bastard. That said, it doesn't look like it's chasing us or anything like that. It is a plant. And, so, whatever. Damn, okay, it's nighttime again, but it looks like most of those snapjaws were killed. I don't know what they were killed by. I can move over this way again. And I'll use a torch, because everyone was telling me to use torches. I know I can use torches, I just figure it's easier to sleep through the night. Of course, on second thought, why would I use a torch at night? I mean, I know it lets you see, but like I can also just stay and wait till morning. Hear me out, but if I equip a torch, then I have to de-equip either my sword or my shield, which doesn't seem like a smart idea. Plus, the sight radius isn't quite as good as, you know, when you're walking around in the daytime. It seems like the only downside to waiting overnight, which, you know, I know he's not sleeping. There's no sleep mechanic in this game. Anyways, the only downside to doing this is that it takes a little bit of water, which we have plenty of. I see no real downside to just waiting until it's light again. And so that's what we're doing. Hey, and look here. We even have some company at the fire tonight. A salamander. A tarred salamander. Just covered with tar. Actually, I'm seeing now that there are a bunch of pools of tar all over the place here. Huh. Yeah. Noted. Anywho, yes. Salamander, don't cause any trouble and you can share my fire tonight. Okay, here we are. The next day. We are famished, gonna have some breakfast real quick. Rummaging over your surroundings, you find these ingredients. An irritable tortoise's left hind foot, an irritable tortoise's left hind foot, a dash of salt-spangled irabra, and an irritable tortoise's left hind foot. You toss them in a pot and stir. Left hind foot? Oddly specific. Oh, that is some good stuff. Okay. Looking at the map real quick. Yeah, we've made basically no progress. Let's keep going. Okay, I'm going up this way here. It looks like it's just a little dead end. Noted. I'll have to go around, I suppose. I think we're gearing up for a peaceful day here. Yeah, a little meadow area. Bunch of salamanders. Up here, though, looks like we have a bit of action. It's a salt hopper ripping apart some salamanders. Well, let's give him what for. You carapace sister? Salt wiener. Okay, it's been shamed. Take some shots as it moves in. And now that it's up to us, let's try to scare it off with a stare. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Hey, that's not so bad, huh? Reload our gun. Couple real bad shots with a rifle that time. Right at the beginning there, those bullets were going all over the place. Probably not great, because we only have 23 bullets left. And like right there, I used 5. Probably gonna have to hold off using the gun for a bit. Just like emergency usage only, you know? Duh, another tortoise here. Dear God, are those things tough. But not tough enough. Hey, heading north here, we just got this message. You discover Sememomet Orchard. That sounds pleasant. Okay, here we are. We have some sort of a walled settlement or something. An orchard, probably. I say walled, it's a brine stalk fence. Okay, head around here. No signs of life yet. See a bunch of trees, though. Okay, just a bunch of trees and fences and... oh, it looks like over here we have someone. Apple farmer.
Well, hello there. See my whiskers? Star apples. They'll boost your virility 3-fold.
Oh, okay. Noted. Let's trade. This fellow does indeed have some star apples and some star apple jam. Well, I do have quite a bit of money at this point. Water, that is. I suppose I could just purchase these, eh? A star apple. Juice drips off the bright skin, sheathing the quincunx core. Quincunx? That's a new one. To eyes wet with hunger, it shines like a garnet in the Vulcan salt. Oh my goodness. That does sound mighty tasty, doesn't it? Well, I'll tell you what, couldn't hurt. Let's pick up a couple. And what the hell, we'll take the jam too. Let's have a look at it first though. Star apple jam. Sweet star apples were mashed, set over an open flame, left out to cool, and jarred for later use. Bits of stringy pulp lay suspended in the fruity aether. Adds regeneration and healing-based effects to cooked meals. Yeah, I figure it's about time we learn how to actually cook food instead of just grabbing several left hind feet from Tortai. We'll have to pony up 15 drams of fresh water to even this up? Sure. Trade complete. Thank you very much, my friend.
Oh, it's mighty kind of you. Thanks for doing business with me. Here's hoping you get some whiskers like me. You know, we can only hope. Live and drink.
Okay, that's not bad. I wish we could converse more with people. I'd like to know more about this area, if there's any dangers or whatever besides the, the obvious ones we've seen. Was that... I see you. Passed right by the thing. Another young ivory. Didn't attack us, but I noticed it sprouting out of the soil. Little bastard. Continuing on. To the 6 days stilt. Okay, up to the north here. Looks like we have some more of our favorite friends. The Snapjaws. Hell, I'm going straight in. Phew, killed one of them, but it looks like these dragonflies weren't big fans of those Snapjaws. I think the dragonflies killed most of them. You know, we've not messed with dragonflies yet. I don't think we will. Got another crimson hood here on the ground. I'm not interested in having another. Let's continue. Okay, that was another somewhat rough encounter. Not too bad, though. There was a Snapjaw warlord in the mix. They're pretty tough, seemingly. We've not had that menacing stare fail yet, though. And it seems like if we get in trouble, we can just do a menacing stare and almost spook away any threats. Anywho, that was a fairly busy day, I guess. It is nighttime again, and luckily we have a pre-prepared little campfire over here, as well as a chest to inspect. Let's have a look. A masterwork short bow. Okay, that's gotta be better than ours, right? The hind bone of a salt hopper was scorched clean, yada yada yada. It's the same description as our last one. It also has low accuracy, like our last one. But because it's masterwork, this weapon scores critical hits 10% of the time instead of 5. Okay, 1 in 10 chance to get a critical hit. That sounds promising. Just gotta find some appropriate arrows. We'll get this, and this water skin as well. And I'll actually burn a torch so we can just inspect these carcasses on the ground. We have some boar skin gloves over here. Hard leather gloves worn by the moisture farmers of Joppa to protect their hands from the briary water vine fronds. We will equip those. This corpse over here has a lacquered, painted iron longsword. I don't think it's as good as our current steel longsword that we have, but let's have a look regardless. Pits mark the length of the blade like craters on an iron edgeworld. Strength bonus cap 2. Weapon class, long blades. Painted. This item is painted with a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Udukt I. In 5055 BR, Udukt wreaked havoc on all of Pipe Province Tugak, shattering all the glass in the homes of antelopes and equines. She became known as the Tugok Bane. Of course, standard history. This item is also lacquered, which means it repels liquids and cannot rust. And also, apparently this item gives us 45 reputation with a cult of Uduct. Okay, alright. I almost feel like we should take this with us for maybe a backup item, or if we encounter these Uduct folks, you know, maybe show off this blade and impress them or something, eh? Oh, it looks like because we looked at this item, we've discovered the location of Tugok. Oh, and we've received a new quest too. Visit Tugok. Yeah, we will take this, and we'll once again look at our map. The miracle of editing is something to behold. For me, this is the following day. There's no easy way that I've found to sort through locations on the map. So I'm like looking at every little icon, you know, none of them really stick out that much. Whereas Tugok. But then I realized I can kind of mouse over to the side and increase the little, the margin over here. I didn't realize I could do that. But then I have to look at all these other locations. There's a whole bunch over here, none of which are Tugok. And then I realized I can use the mouse wheel to zoom out a little farther. No, it's straightforward. Anyways, I have found Tugok, and it's all the way over here. That's like 2 times the distance we'd have to go, and there's not just a plain old desert between us. There's a whole bunch. I'll tell you what, we're probably not going to Tugok, which is described as being on a black marble glade and moated by pools of warm static. Here stretches the ancient province where a labyrinth of pipes ferried the shuttle of the eaters. Okay, sure. You know, I think we'll stick to one overwhelming location at a time. How does that sound? That said, it does look like we've made some progress here. We've moved a couple tiles away from Ugar. That's not too bad. Let's keep it up. Onwards to the 6-day stilt. Rather, I guess it is nighttime right now. Yeah, you know what? I don't feel like I can totally justify wandering around at night with just a torch. Why not just wait again? I'd like to just keep going, but it doesn't seem like it makes sense. Yeah, screw it. This is what we're doing. Here we are. Good morning. A little hungry. Let's make a meal. Oh, crap. I meant to try to cook up that stuff that we had. Oh, well. Anyways, today for breakfast we have... I was going to try to skip over this because, I mean, obviously every time it's going to be absurd, but I just think it's funny. We have a feather, a boar tusk, a humble hunk of cheese, and another feather. 2 feathers, a tusk, and some cheese. Love it. Got our tummy filled, now we can go. Out of the way, you big bug. To the 6-day stilt. Oh, we've discovered Namo Gashur's hold. That's right up here to the north. Let's have a look. That sounds like it might be dangerous. Oh, kind of fenced in over here, it looks. We'll go around. One second. Did look like there's a bunch of pigs in there. Okay, is this a gate over here? Aye, it is. Okay, yeah, just a bunch of pigs out here. These aren't boar, just some domestic pigs. Dirt-dappled flesh hangs from his pouch belly and nearly slaps his chipper trotters. Sometimes these descriptions just tickle me. Continuing on up this way, looks like we have a pig farmer. The pig farmer slouches in the heat. A beaten leather hat is pulled low over her eyes and sweat glistens on the scruffs of hair on her cheeks. Her hands are caked in mud and salt.
Live and drink, traveler. Are you hungry? No, actually, I just had a breakfast of feathers, tusks, and cheese. But we can still trade. Let's see what you have.
Raw pig meat. Ooh. Tasty, mighty tasty. You know what? Screw it. I don't care enough to get some more food. I seem to be doing fine, honestly.
Well, that's a shame. It's some pretty good pig meat. I'm sure it is, but I'm all set. Live and drink.
Continuing on. Alright. It looks like up here we've encountered a beastie. I thought it was a normal boar at first, but this is in fact a 2-headed boar. Hostile. A pair of spit-drool snouts snap at each other's hairy ear. His hocks are widened to bear more weight than his 1-headed cousins, and he squeals with the choler of a twice-hungry animal. You know, I'm learning more new words through Caves of Qud than I ever thought I would. Well, guess I'm not too worried about this creature. I say as he takes me down to half my health. Menacing stare. Overwhelmed with terror. Love it. Finish him off. Ow. Alright, I shot him. I got scared. Okay, so that thing was a little tough. Tougher than I expected, obviously. Well, continuing on now, I thought this would be a little bit more wide open than it is. Looks like this is just a narrow little channel filled with trees. Makes me a little wary. You know, say there were 2 of those 2-headed pigs somewhere beyond these trees. I wouldn't see them. Spooky. Yeah, it does not look like things open up at all, taking us over to the east. That's okay though, maybe we can get turned around somewhere else. Maybe, or maybe it will just continue bringing us eastward. Hey, just stepped over this young ivory here. It didn't hurt us. That's good. Get the hell out of here. Okay, definitely opens up over here. The outskirts of Tephad. A settlement, perhaps? I'm not too sure. We've stumbled into this pool of water here. That's where we're standing right now. And yes, it's pretty wide open. Down just right over there, there's a plant. I thought it was a young ivory, but it's not. It's a dread root. Skin peels on the tuber belly as it hums with grounding bass, and the shoots throb in upsetting staccato. Described as being neutral and average. Though that said, I'm not sure we want to get too close to it. We'll just... Okay. It looks like it just scared Aecius for a moment there. We went running away. Willing to bet it made a loud sound or something. Just spooked us. That would make sense. Though down there now we're seeing a dog. A herding dog. Neutral, tough. White and black shag sheds off him, and his paws tap the ground with a working itch. Physical features, carapace and bite. It's an interesting dog. Just moving on a moment, another dog came running at us and then past us. Got a little scared there for a moment. I think it's fine though. Anywho, okay, where the hell are we going? I guess we're gonna try to go north, over this algal, salty, luminous, strange tubes. Broken. A puzzling artifact consisting of some strangely arranged tubing. Okay, we got some tubing here. Just kind of like busted up and sitting on the ground. Well, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna continue north and maybe try to circle around back to the west. Oh wow, it's really spacious over here. I almost just walked over this thing on the ground because I don't know, it kind of looked inoffensive, but then I was like, that's a really stupid thing to think because I don't know what that is. This here is jilted lover, hostile, average. Again, greeted with words I have no clue how to pronounce. Verdurous cirri, mottled with thorns, reach for the warmth of a body. They hug the air in desperation. It features thorns, whatever the hell this thing is. I don't really want to get up to it, I don't think. Well, it's kind of like that kudzu vine, right? It's just a plant, it just sits there. Hey, there we go. That wasn't too bad. It attacked us, but meh, it's whatever. Okay, there we go. Opens up, we can head back to the west now. And heading down this corridor, I saw a shot just up ahead there. And another, something's shooting. What is that? Seed-spitting vine. Hostile. Easy. Jade green tendrils curl inward and hug their center in tension. Their leaves vibrate to low-volume crunches as they compact seed matter for spitting. Better than a gun or a bow, I figure. Ow. Hey, stop. Get the hell out of here. Okay, here we are. Heading north, we have some comfortingly familiar foes. Snapjaws. Once again, let's get to it. You're a disgusting, ugly, mud-kicking wiener. Yeah, not so bad. Easy enough. We continue on now. Just up here, we have another seed-spitting vine. Annoying, but it's whatever. Over here, though, we do have something. A horned chameleon. Minuscule skin crystals shift and sort light to pattern match whatever is outside the body boundary. A narrow bone extrudes from her head. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Isn't that right, you Oh, that wasn't bad at all. Feel bad for berating it. Oh well. Continuing on, we have some Equimax here. I'm told that firing my gun around them was a bad idea previously, and that may have been what irritated them, so we'll have to not do that, I guess. These ones here seem thankfully very calm, though. Love it. Just kind of wandering up to the north here. Hesitated for a moment because there was a bunch of animals, but they seemed fine, but there is some combat. I think a glow crow is fighting with a horse. But up beyond that, there is someone. A mechanimist pilgrim. Neutral, average. The pilgrim wears a costume of humility. Simple frock, wide-brimmed hat, cerulean scarf, slouched back, and weary eyes. Maybe we can get a little closer and have an interaction here. Noticing, too, that there's a stairway over here that leads down. Not sure if we're interested in heading down, though. Would rather just get up to this pilgrim here. Hello, where you going?
Live and drink, a traveler. Show mercy to a weary pilgrim, eh?
Sure. Let's trade. Got a book. It's interesting. The Canticles Chromatic, verses 17 to 24. I had to Google those Roman numerals. I have never cared to learn them. A depiction of an arching, gear-driven machine has been meticulously tooled onto the cover of this chrome-tanned leather Bible of the mechanimists. Yeah, I'm not too sure we have much interest in that. I mean, if it wasn't $89. That's a pretty hefty chunk of change. And I'll tell you what, you could probably just hang on to that and the rest of your garbage.
Live and drink, traveler, and good luck on your journey. Yes, live and drink. Safe travels.
I'm gonna run out of voices for these guys. They're just gonna get progressively more annoying, by the way. Let's move on. Up here, where we have some snapjaws. Just gonna wade straight in. That wasn't so bad at all, really. A couple of them were killed by horses. Though noting this pilgrim seems to be following us, a little unnerving. Maybe this person's headed to the 6-day stilt as well. I don't know, is that where you're going? Seems to kind of be headed in the same direction. Yeah, we'll just keep following for a little bit here. Actually gonna stay in this character's torchlight. Plus, I mean, it would be nice to have somebody to kind of scout the area ahead a little bit. Didn't really want to travel at night if we're gonna be wasting torches, but hey, at least this way we have a second target for enemies to latch onto. Oh, lost sight of them. Oh, salt hopper over here. Yeah, we'll just head back over this way. Here's the pilgrim. There we go. That snapjaw here. No biggie. But that might be a biggie, actually. A bear has emerged from the darkness. Hostile, average. The grizzly bear is huge and wild. She has devoured the infant child. The infant child is unaware she has been eaten by the bear. A.E. Houseman. Okay. Hey, get back here, pilgrim. You're gonna get us both killed. Damn snapjaw's in the way. Alright, you. Man, this menacing stare of Aecius is pretty useful. Can really just scare away anything I don't want to fight. Oh, two-headed boar over here. That was horrible. I couldn't escape. I was trying to run away for a bit during the fight, but apparently the way is blocked by shale. I don't know, I just decided to be risky and start shooting wildly. Luckily we killed the big one, the two-headed one, I mean. And then that normal boar wasn't able to actually kill us. We had 1 HP left for a good bit there. Holy crap. Alright, see, this is a lesson learned, I guess. No more nighttime travel. Not gonna do it. We're just gonna make a little campfire here right on the ground and just relax. Oh, looks like I made a fire on top of the boar corpse and it just kind of burst into flames. That's an interesting smell. I burned boar hair. Well, I guess we'll get some rest right here in this little nook. Okay, here we are the next morning. We are awoken by the sound of this pool of burning blood. That is a stink. Anyways, let's go. We're getting down there with time, so let's just try to quickly make some progress here. Go, go, go. If we see threats, we're just gonna keep going. And looks like we've hit some water here. Some salt water. We have what looks to be a river or something. Just gonna follow along a ways. There's gotta be a way across, right? Just go, go, keep going. Yeah, that said, it doesn't look like there's any way across whatsoever. Just kind of going up and down here, and yeah, no bridges. We're gonna have to head west, it seems, if we want to cross. Maybe there is a bridge at some point. Or I suppose we could swim, too. Well, it looks like the world is telling us we've made enough progress for today. Checking the map, you know what? I say we're not doing too bad. Certainly picking up the pace. We're at least a quarter of the way there at this point. And we should be reaching those salt dunes before long, though maybe we'll just try to stick to the canyons. I don't know. Guess we'll see. What I do know, though, is that I'm feeling confident that we're going to get to that 6-day stilt before long. Isn't that right, Aecius? Tomorrow will be an even bigger day. Drawing the episode to a close once again, we've entered the part where we're going to start talking about some behind-the-scenes things. Now then, you may have noticed there's quite a bit less of the animations and stuff in this episode here, and that's just because I'm trying to really tighten up the production process here. Realistically, I can't keep going 3 weeks between videos. My channel would die. you know? Trying to take a middle ground here, not overdo it too much. As for our quest so far to the 6 days still, I think it's going rather well. If I didn't start making some pretty significant progress in this episode, then I was probably going to try out that whole map fast travel thing there. But I'd say we're moving right along. About a quarter of the way to the 6 days still now, and we've seen some interesting things. I heard a lot of talk of me definitely being killed or getting lost in mazes if I tried to just walk there. But I mean, come on, things seem to be going pretty well so far. I don't know if that'll change. Again, I mean, realistically, I really don't know that much about the game still, even at this point. I mean that too. I know how to fight, I know how to, allocate my skill points, I know how to read descriptions and use items, but other than what I've seen in this series so far, I know nothing. What do you think? Am I doing good so far? I've heard a lot of talk about some pretty crazy crap out there in the world of Qud, but I suppose that's yet to be seen to Aecius. Seems pretty straightforward at the moment. Just wandering the wilds, killing some snapjaws and animals and plants. Doesn't really seem too bad. Other than that though, I guess I really don't have that much else to say about our quest. If we don't make some better progress next episode, I might consider doing the fast travel thing. But we'll see what happens. I think it's going pretty well so far. I do sort of regret not going with the mutant, race, I guess? I'm told that that's the way to go for the true Qud experience, but yeah, it's whatever. Things are interesting enough as it is for me anyways. Anywho, I thank you for watching, and I certainly hope you had some fun today. And I double hope to see you next time here with Aecius in the Caves of Qud. And until then, you bearded bastards.